Good morning. Well, the weather is changing. It's pretty brisk, about 55 degrees this morning, and I've decided to put the Alaskan camper back on the pickup truck on the old International. It's been sitting here for, wow, about a year probably now since I moved out here. Um, and I've got the sun right in my face, but let me turn the camera around and I'll tell you what I'm going to do today. So, this Alaskan camper, like I said, has been sitting for about a year on these jacks and on the blocks, and there's a pallet underneath there on the blocks. And it's starting to, as you can see, the jacks aren't as straight as they used to be. With the rain and the wind, and there's Twinkie just sitting there enjoying the morning and the sun sitting there watching me. But with all the rain and the wind that we get here, and then now we're going to be getting into winter, so we'll have snow. I think things just kind of shift around on the ground there, and I just want to put it back on the truck. It's been about a year. I did some work underneath, on the bottom section that fits inside the truck that you don't see, but just to some of the siding, and I painted it, and I still need to paint the rest of the camper, but I can do that when it's on the truck. But it's time to put it on the truck. Just, it's I can still use the truck to haul water, but I'd like to have this on there so that I can go camping. I haven't done that in a while since I moved out here, just haven't had time. And this has kind of turned into a storage, mostly camping gear and some boxes and stuff. So I'm going to clean it all out. It's in great shape, pretty much all original. And on the roof here, you can see there's a little bit of water damage around the vent. But Pop Top Overland in San Diego had this before me, and they made sure there are no leaks on the roof. And I've had it probably a couple of years now, maybe 2 years, and no leakage whenever it's rained or snowed on it. No water's come inside. So, great shape. All the cabinets and everything are original. The bed, everything, all that works great. The table, and so I'm excited to get it, back on the truck and maybe do a little overnight camping just locally around here. And so that's what I'm going to do today. Try to do this all by myself. Back the truck in and raise it up a little higher, pull the blocks and the pallet out from under there, and hopefully be able to back the truck straight in and put it back on the truck. A couple things I got to do with the truck first. But anyway, I'll just kind of get a little video as I do it. I always forget sometimes to record. I've already pulled some things out, some of the boxes. I had some bags of birdseed in there. And I'm just kind of excited to put this back on the truck. They kind of go together. They're a good pair. So I'll keep you updated on it and let you know how it goes. So I unhooked the trailer that I haul water with from the truck, cleaned out the bed, which was already pretty clean. And next step will be to back this up to the camper over there, and hopefully not knock it off the 4 lifts or jacks that it's sitting on. I took the pallet and all the blocks and everything that was underneath the bottom of the camper out, so now it's just sitting on those 4 lifts. I did notice that the previous owner put a black strip of tape down the middle here, and on the front of the camper there is also a black strip of paint, so I assume he used that for lining it up when backing up. The tailgate is 36 inches from the ground, so I raised the camper up about 38 inches on all corners. Of course, the ground's not all level there, so that's why I'm hoping a couple extra inches will give it enough clearance to slide in. And then once I slide it in, there's 2 eye bolts that attach to the camper just to help secure it down. And of course, when I'm driving or anything, the tailgate's up, and that helps hold it in as well. But so yeah, next step is backing it up, and like I said, hopefully not knocking it off. The tripods are the base of these jack stands. I'm hoping they will clear also. The wheels won't bump up against any of the base down there or the bricks they're sitting on. And I might get a rake or a hoe and just try to smooth out some of the bumps underneath where dirt's kind of built up around the blocks, whenever we had heavy rains and the wind and everything. So I'll try to do that, and then we will back the truck up to it. Hopefully that tape you can see right here will help line it up with the bed, and just back it in and hook everything up, clean out a few more boxes inside, and we should be ready to go. Well, I got it in as straight as I could, tried to make sure there's the same amount of gap on each side. You can see how I did raise it, I guess, high enough. That's good. Took a little work going back and forth. You can see the tires did go over the bricks and the stand base a little bit, and just a tiny bit of gap up here, but it looks like it still leaves plenty of room to shut the tailgate, which is kind of the important thing. I'm a little bit of a, I guess I've got a little OCD, so it took me a little while to try to get it as straight and as much gap, between the wheel wells and the side of the camper on this side as this side. It's a little closer on this side, but I might be able to maneuver it around as I'm lowering. We'll see. So next, I'm just gonna lower it down. There's these that hook into down on the base of the bed of the truck to hold it in. So I'll hook those up and we should be good to go. Let's get it lowered. All right, there you have it. It is on, and it was a tight fit between the wheel well and the inside or the outside of the lower part of the camper. Just eighth of an inch, maybe a quarter of an inch. Well, maybe even less. But you can see how it's attached the side of the camper to the bed of the truck. This compartment that the original owner put this in the side, you can put a battery in here to run everything in the camper, and then it charges off of the motor, off the truck. And as you can see, the top, the paint, I need to paint that. I had a tarp up there, which was a big mistake. And with the wind blowing and everything, it kind of just rubbed through the paint. So it gives me a good reason to repaint the whole exterior outside of it. Put the stairs back on. Those I want to go over eventually with a good wire brush, and then prime it and paint it. It's kind of got the rusty patina look. And still got a lot of camping gear in there. I'm going to clean that out. And I'll do that after I raise the camper so I can walk in there much more easier instead of bending over. And again, here's how it's connected to the truck. From that to that, I still have to put this from here up and to secure it on this side. But when the bed or the tailgate's up, this is not moving at all. It's a pretty snug fit, and you can see there are the stands and all the stuff that I had underneath. The blocks, the bricks, the pallet and wood to support the camper when it was off the truck. And that's just because out here, we get gusts sometimes of 50 miles an hour, and I really didn't want, come home someday and have the camper on the ground, if it was just being held up by these stands. I'm pretty sure it would have blown over on some of these windy days. So that's why I supported it underneath with all that, which I'm going to have to move when I get a little later today. I'll have to clean up all this. But before that, I feel like I'm going to go to town. I think it's close to lunchtime now, and I think A&W has a special, so I might go in there and get a hamburger, fries, and a root beer. That sounds good. Luckily, we did have some good cloud coverage because today is supposed to be in the low 90s, but the clouds and everything have made it pretty comfortable, not too bad. A lot of stuff that was inside I've got to find new places for, get rid of a lot of it. A lot of it's just boxes. That's what's in there, is a lot of boxes. Also, I tend to save, if I buy something, sometimes I'll just save the box thinking, well, what if I have to return it? We get some wind gusts. You can see the desk blowing. Here it comes. On these dry days, you get some wind that just blows through. Not good for the camera. Let me see if I can put it in here while this comes blowing through. That's one of the reasons why I want to plant a lot of trees and vegetation. Cuts down on the dust, when you have less dry, dirt, and just helps cut down on the wind, dampers it. So anyway, I think it all just blew over. I'm gonna clean up a little bit, get cleaned up, and then we're gonna run to town. Twinkie, I'm over here. Yeah, she's her hearing's not as well as it used to be. So, all right, that's it. Thanks for watching, and it's quite a job, but I'm glad it's back on. I really didn't need it off. I only used the truck bed a couple times to carry things, and other than that, I got the trailer for water, and so I'm glad the camper and truck are back together.